Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. What's important when we're talking about estate planning is that everyone has an estate plan, whether they have legal documents for one or not. So let's talk about what exactly an estate plan is. What is that?
Well, it's a plan for the transfer of your assets after you're gone, right? And like Jesse said, if you don't have a plan like a will or a revocable living trust, which is what we prefer, and we're going to talk about a little bit, or we're going to talk about a little bit later, the state of Nebraska or whatever state you live in has an estate plan for you, and it may not be what you want. It probably wouldn't be what you want, actually. So, what if you die without having any estate planning documents, Jesse? What happens?
Well, all of your stuff that didn't have a beneficiary on it. So this could be things like non-IRA investment accounts. This could be bank accounts, could be your home, cars, personal property, any other real estate that you have. If those didn't have a specific beneficiary arrangement on them, they'll have to go through the probate process, which is a state court process. And if you didn't have any legal documents drafted that tell the probate courts or avoid the probate courts completely and direct how you want your stuff to go. The state of Nebraska actually has a law. It's called intestate succession, which is their basically like automatic rules for where your stuff goes if you pass away without a will or a trust. And the way that that goes, like Dad said, might not be what you want. For example, something that's important is a lot of people, if they're married, they probably want, and maybe you don't have any kids from any other marriages or anything. It's just a simple, you guys are married, you have kids together. You probably want all of your stuff, if you died, to go to your spouse, and then when they die, the rest can go to the children, right? That's how a lot of people would probably outline things. Well, that's not how it works in estate succession in the state of Nebraska. Your spouse only gets about half of your stuff. And if you have children or surviving parents, they can get the other half. And so it might not be exactly what you want. It's important to have a plan, especially it's important to have a plan if you have kids that aren't grown yet. You don't want to leave that up to the court system of how they get
Right,
taken care of.
right.
So